warahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. A pleasant morning to each and everyone. Before we're going to proceed on our seminars, which is on effective school supervision and school management, may I request everyone to please rise for the doxology to be followed by the singing of Philippine National Anthem to be conducted by Miss Noemi Megaman. You may now take your seat. In this seminar, the effective school supervisions of the school management includes the issues on the principal's effective instructional leadership and the importance of communication in the success of school management. The term supervision refers to any administrative tools or means used by individuals and groups of people in administering their daily work or organizations. On the other hand, school supervisions in context refers to any means used by the school administrator headed by the principal in the school level, and it also to improve administering the objectives of the school that affects the teachers, the students, and the community in general. As what Muhammad Shapuna Ali defines, school supervision is a very important process that leads to professional development since its focus is on the teacher's performance and teaching activities. This process aims at assisting teachers to enhance their performance and teaching, thus serving as better teachers for their learners. To formally start, may I call on Mr. Alnajer Ulloh to give us welcome address. A round of applause, please.
Hello, my test. Well, as you can see, that our weather for today is good, and it is a great opportunity for us to start the day with a fruitful learning. So, to our respected resource speaker, Sir Alnajer Ulloh, sir, organizers of this event, participants and friends, a pleasant day to each and everyone. First and for all, I would like to commend you for your courage to attend this seminar despite of the current situations that we have. So may I request everyone to please wear their face mask and always observe social distancing all the time before and after this seminar. So hopefully, let's keep on praying that one day, tomorrow when we wake up, everything will go back to its normal. No? We miss that. When we have the opportunity to go everywhere without wearing this face mask. So let's go back to our main agenda for today. So we are convened here in this seminar to expound our learning about how to become effective administrator during our school administration. Anyway, the theme itself, Seminar on Effective School Supervision on School Administration, actually speaks the general concept of this endeavors. So later, our brilliant speaker will give inputs to this theme. So without further ado, welcome to this program. Hopefully you will gain significant learnings that you can significantly utilize in your future endeavors. Once again, good morning.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alnajer Ulloh, for that warmest welcome to our participants. So, ready na ba kayong makinig, mga participants? Are you ready to listen at the same time gain knowledge more about this seminar? Okay. May I call on Ms. Sarah Manson to tell us what is the statement of the purpose on this seminar? A round of applause, please.
To our speaker for today, Mr. Alnajer Ulloh, sir, to the organizers, fellow participants, good morning and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Seminar is a form of academic instruction, either or at an academic institution or offered by a commercial or professional organization. In today's seminar, which is connection with educational administration, participants must engage in the discussion of an academic subject for the aim of gaining a better insight about the topic, which is effective school supervision on school administration. with the purpose of applying and utilizing the gained knowledge in future endeavor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sarah Masang. And for the leveling of this expectation, may I call on Mr. Abdul Basit Langin to share to us on what are the expectations of this seminar. Round of applause, please.
So thank you, Sir Kash. Thank you so much for the introduction. Okay, so pleasant morning to all of you. I'm going to give the leveling of expectation on effective school supervision on this school management. Okay, so what are the objectives of this session? First, to express expectation of the training program, facilitator, and co-participants. Second, we are going to identify the expected outputs and outcomes of the training program. And third, demonstrate understanding of the objective of the program. So we are going to have an activity. So this is the instruction. First, group yourselves into two. So since group 1, this will be the group 1, and this will be the group 2. Share responses within the group and come up with 3 answers in each question for every group. Use only keywords to answer the questions, 1 or 2 words. And third, post the group's output on a designated area. So for group 1, you're going to post your output in this corner. And for group 2, dito. Understood? Okay, so for the questions, I have given you strip of paper. So for the color yellow strip paper, you are going to answer the question, what do you know about school management? So you're going to put the answer on color yellow strip paper. So for color blue strip paper, you are going to answer the question, what will make this training successful? Okay. So for color green strip paper, you are going to answer the question, what do you expect to happen after this training? So understood? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do the activity. So your timer starts now. You can start. My marker ba doon sa ito? Okay, so if you're finished, you can start posting your answers. And please assign 1 reporter in each group to present your output. Three answers, you can add one. You have one answer. The answer in each question. Take your time. Okay, so since nauna natapos yung group 2, sila yung first mong report. So sino yung reporter, sir? So Sir Arman. Take it away, sir.
Hello, good morning. Once again, good morning to each and everyone. So before we will start, may I request all the members of my group to please stand. So we will do our yell. May yell kami. May handa kami. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go! Go! Group 1. Go, 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 group 2. Ay, nalaki na yun. That's all. Okay. So the following are our answers for our responses to the following questions given here by Sir Abdulbasid. Our first question is, what do you know about the school management? So when we say school management, these are the three words that came into our mind. First is school head. Diba? Usually, the one who supervises our school is the school head or the principal. Right? Yes. Do you agree? Yes. Okay, very good. Next is supervising. So once our school already have principal or school head, what do they usually do? They supervise. Next, leadership. A good school head or principal have a good leadership. So those are the words that we believe accompany with the word school management. Next, on the color blue, any question? What will make this training successful? Paano nga ba? First, we need teamwork. Diba earlier, everyone showcased that they have teamwork in order to accomplish this task. And hopefully, later, during the presentations of our speaker, everyone will cooperate, will have teamwork to accomplish the given task or activity. So next, we have attentive. Attentive ba kayo? Yes. Nakikinig ba kayo sa nagsasalita? Yes. Yes. Lastly, we have cooperation. This is very important ingredient for a successful training. Lastly, we have the color green, my favorite color. So the question is, what do you expect to happen after this training? May expectation ba kayo? Diba sabi na, too much expectation will lead you to frustration. But it's better to have expectation than wala, right? Do you agree? Yes. Paki-thumbs up yung kamay na if they agree? Okay. Taas-taas pa ng konti. Okay, very good. Participative and cooperative. So we have here effective and efficient leadership. So that is one of the expectation of this program. It will help us to develop our personality to become effective and efficient leaders. Okay. Next, gain more knowledge. After gaining more knowledge, then we will become effective, right? Yes. Pero knowledge without actions are said to be futile. Okay. Lastly, it will alter our view towards better supervision. Yun nga, tamang daan. Kay Noy. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you. Thank you very much for that elaborative and inspiring explanation, Sir Arma. Okay, so for group 2, or for group 1 rather, who will be the presenter? Okay, Sir Arma.
A pleasant morning to each and everyone. So kung mayroon yell ang group 2, hindi naman magpapatalo ang group 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go! 1, 2, 3, group 1, group 1. Okay. So these are the responses that we made based on the questions that given. So what do you know about school management? So the responses that we gave is first is rules and regulations. So in school management, there is implemented rules and regulations to make the school effective for learning. Next is leadership. So in school management, there is a leadership because there is a leader in the school. Next is active. So the leader there must be active because he is the one who are tasked to be the effective leader in the school. Number 2 question is, what will make this training successful? So the responses that we gave is the participation, collaboration, and clear explanation. So first, participation. So without the participation of us, this seminar would not be, or this training would not be achieved or successful. Next is collaboration. So 2 heads is better than 1. So in this training, we should be a collaborative. It makes sense. The training will become achieved. And lastly is the clear explanation of the guest speaker, so that we can gain knowledge from him, and we are going out without the end in mind. Last question is, what do you expect to happen after this training? First is to gain knowledge. Yun na nga, yung kanina. Gain knowledge from the speaker or from the seminar. After gaining the knowledge, we apply the learnings that we learned from the seminar in our outside world. After that, after gaining knowledge and apply that, and we become happy. Happy in the sense that we have a better ambience of learning in our school. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Alnajer, for another elaborative presentation. So happy lang dapat, di ba? Okay, so let's proceed to the next presentation, the guide questions. So based on your presentation, what do you feel about the activity? Okay, anyone? What do you feel about the activity? What doing the activity? Do you feel happy or sad? Parang sad. Gutom na? Excited. Sabi ni Ma'am Ifa ba tama? Ifa, excited si Ma'am. So what else? What did you feel? Or doing challenging? Nahirapan sir, the question? Kasi 1 to 2 words lang. Tapos, ang hirap pa-explain no, 1 to 2 words. Okay. So for the next question, what expectations are common? So let's compare. So for the first questions, what are the common answer? So leadership. So nakala kayo doon na magtugma. So leadership lang no? For the next question, may common answer ba? Teamwork, participation. They very similar, di ba? Synonymous lang. And for the third question, gain knowledge, okay? So, and gain knowledge lang, okay? So for the third question, which expectations may be achieved or may not be achieved? So, do you think all of the expectations are achievable or not? Achievable, okay. So, achievable naman lahat, di ba? Okay, so for the fourth question, which of the answer that will most likely help us make this training successful?
All of those answers.
Huh?
All of those.
All of the answer?
Yes.
All of the answer? Which among the answer will most likely help us make this training successful? Cooperation, okay? So what else? Pero gusto ko yung happy, di ba? Dapat happy lang. Hindi sad. Okay, so let's proceed to the objectives of our seminar. So for the first objective, we are going to identify what are effective school supervisions to the school management. Second, we are going to identify different principles of effective instructional leadership. And third, what are the importance of communication in the success of school management. So this will be the objective of our seminar. So that will be all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sir Abdul Basit Lain, for that informative and very impressive ideas about the leveling of expectations. And now, for the introductions of our resource guest speaker, may I call on Ma'am Julmina Juldaini to introduce to us our resource guest speaker for today. A round of applause, please.
Hello. I'm super excited to introduce our speaker for today. He is an amazing person who will be sharing his thought about the topic. And when I say amazing, I mean it. What's special about him is he is an experienced leader. A former president of Young Educators Society at Clare College of Isabela, conducted an outreach program at Maligi Elementary School, have been a coach in athletics. And recently, his teaching experiences from different schools gave him proposition on how to be an effective administrator. Today, he will be sharing his knowledge about effective administration on school supervision. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a massive round of applause to Sir Alnajer Ulloh.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Juldaini.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. A pleasant morning to all of us. It is a privilege in my part to be your guest speaker for today. Okay. Hep hep. Hooray! Hep hep. Hooray! More energy. Hep hep. Hooray! Hooray! Hep. Very good. Okay. Effective administration on school supervision. Okay, from the title itself, what do you think is the main discussion? Can you now visualize the topic that we are going to talk about? Okay? Mama Haifa, can you please say something? In front, Mom. Yes? We want to see your beautiful face because
I'm expecting from your presentation to deliver the meaning of effective administration on schools.
okay, thank you, Ma'am. So, I want you to fasten your seat belt because we're about to start. But before that, Arman would like to say something. Sir, he is very active.
Okay, I'm here again. Once again, good morning. So, based on our topic, no effective administration on school supervision, I think I think it will cover something like tips on how to become a good administrator in our school, right? Yes, that may somehow help us to become as a future good administrator in a school.
Thank you very much, Sir Arman. So let's now proceed. Okay. The term supervision refers to any administrative tools or means used by individuals and group of people in administering their daily work or organizations. On the other hand, school supervision in context refers to any means used by a school administrator headed by the principal. We all know that. In a school level, to improve administering and objectives to the school that affects the teachers, the students, and the community in general. Okay, it is very important to have a leader. In school, who is our leader? Yes, very good, our principal. School supervisions as an important process that leads to professional development since its focus is on teachers, performance and teaching activities. In process aims at assisting teachers to enhance their performance and teaching, thus serving as better teachers for their learners. What do you think will happen if the principal is not active in the school? Anyone? What do you think will happen to the school? Ma'am Noemi, say something. What do you think will happen to the school, ma'am, if the principal is not active?
In my own opinion, if the principal is not active in the school,
Yes.
his or her teachers will not grow.
Yes, very good. Thank you for that answer, ma'am. Who would like to answer? Pa? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, it is imperative to have an effective classroom supervision, right? It is needed in order for the three components of educative process, namely, the learner, the teacher, and the venue of the school functions effectively to the school. These three elements are indispensable in running a school, for they are intertwined. The absence of one element, the educative process would not be in an ideal perspective. Why do you think? Why do you think that it would not be in ideal perspective if one of those elements is not present? Or once again, what are those three elements that is very important? The learners, the teachers, and the school. So what do you think will happen? Yes, sir, Alnajer. Maybe that
In front, sir. We'd like to see your handsome face in the video.
maybe that every individual has their duties and responsibilities to make that school an effective ambience of learning.
Yes, very good. We all have our responsibility in the school. So, it is very important to have those elements. Now, let's proceed to the subtopic of our main topic for today. First is the effective school supervision to the school management. The word effective means what? Effective. In Tagalog, what is effective? Yes, efektibo. What are the synonyms of effective? Magaling. Pwede yun. Ano pa? Mabuti. Mabuti. So those are the synonyms of effective. And what are those antonyms? What are the antonyms? Hindi magaling, hindi epektibo. So kailangan natin magkaroon ng effective school supervision. Ano itong school supervision? It refers to what? School supervision. Arman, what are these school supervision? What are those school supervision?
It refers to the leader who supervise the school.
Okay. It refers to the leaders who supervise the school. Sino yun? Principal. So, school supervision is the process of bringing about improvement. The word improvement in instruction by working with people who are working with pupils. Who are these people working with pupils? Teachers. Very good. It has also been described as a process of stimulating growth and a means of helping teachers to achieve excellence in teaching. If the principal is effective, if the principal is good, the teacher will also have an excellence job or excellence in teaching. To supervise school is never being that easy. Why do you think? Why do you think supervising a school is never being easy? Yes, multitasking. Another. Because, what, ma'am?
With responsibility on the shoulder of the principal.
Yes, very good. The responsibility. And teachers also have their own different attitudes. Right? Yes. Different behaviors. That's correct. Okay, the basic principles for effective supervision. So, andito na. Ano-ano yung mga principles na yon para maging effective tayo in the future?
Right? Kasi nag-aral tayo ng master to become what? What? Yes, effective leader someday. So ano-ano yun? Ano-ano yung mga basic principles? First, the environment should be made free of tension and emotional stress. The atmosphere should be given incentives for work. Okay. Napakahalaga ng magandang kapaligiran sa ating mabuting trabaho. Para sa ating trabaho, right? Kasi, let's say for example, our environment is very noisy. Sino dito ang nasa school na dumadaan yung mga vehicles? Meron? Di ba napaka-distractive nun? Okay, the quality and quantity of the work must be specified in clear terms. Staff should be made to understand clearly what are or not expected of them. New staff must be given the necessary orientation. They should be scheduled to know where to get information and materials to help them perform the work satisfactorily well. Okay, so it says here that new staff should be given a necessary orientation. Like for example, the newly hired teacher. I know Arman is a newly hired teacher in his school. Sir, can you say something about the orientation of the school? Did they give you the orientation you need? Because we all know that a newly hired teacher is different from the one who is been here for how many years?
Hello, good morning. Actually, na-hired ako dito sa school for over 6 months. 6 months ago, last June 2020. And actually, I did not receive any orientation since pumasok ako nung wala pa klase. So what happened, my orientation is only through my observations while associating with the people within the school. So far, mas maganda siya kasi you make your own conclusion based from what you can see and what you will experience. Yun na yan. Thank you.
And what are the adjustments, sir? So follow-up question, what are the adjustments?
Well, actually, there's a lot of adjustment that I really need to do, no? First, I need to socialize with the teachers here. I still need to, of course, yung mga parents need to make and also to make some adjustment as a grade 5 advisor for the first time. And yung marami masyadong adjustment, but as you go through, you will learn them little by little and you can make some adjustment too.
Thank you, Arman, for your for sharing. Okay, they should be guided on how to carry out the assignment. They should be guided. Standards should be set by the supervisor, while information should be given ruling out the possibility of rumors. Information should be for everybody and specific to individuals assigned to the particular task. See, understandable? Acknowledgement of any good work done must be immediate and made public to others, which will then serve as incentives to others. Incentive of merit, recommendation for promotion, etc. improves performance. Advice and personal relationship should be given to the affected staff. It needs to be stated here that such criticism should be made private and with mind free of bias. Okay, if you are a principal, so we all want to be a principal, right? Kaya tayo nag-aral ng master. So, no sir, you don't want? So, it says here that criticism should be made private, right? So, hindi naman pwede na sabihan natin agad ng ang teacher na mali yung pagtuturo mo. That's not right. Kaya nga, criticism should be made private. And with mind free of bias. Kasi we all have feelings, right? Allowed to use their initiatives in performing their jobs and taking decision. It will give them to motivate. It will give them the motivation to work much harder. Lastly, they should be encouraged to improve their ability to achieve organizational goals. On the other hand, there are also their drives that militating against successful school supervision. This includes, okay, what do you mean by militating? So ito yung mga kumukontra sa mga sa pagiging mabuting leader. First is the poor remuneration of teachers. Remuneration, what do you mean by that? Next is the insufficient staffing or shortage of inspectors. The lack of materials and resources. Lack of facilities for the inspectors of education to work with, example given, vehicles. Bad roads. Okay, some of the schools here in Basilan, so na-experience natin itong bad roads. Can you give an example? Kanina, di ba? So why do you think? Di ba we have a budget? The school have a budget for that. Bakit sa tingin ninyo meron pa rin mga bad roads? Yes, Arman. So napaka-active talaga yung Arman.
So in terms of the school budgets, our MOA, hindi siya pwedeng gamitin sa malakihang purpose like yung pag-aayos ng mga road. Usually, action dyan is mag-coordinate with the LGU. Right? So in our case dyan, sira pa din yung daanan dyan kasi ang lupa dyan is a private property. Though there's already a plan by the government, kasama yung area niyan for road widening, but until now, we are still waiting hanggang kailan siya maayos. Hopefully, the soonest.
Yes, Arman, thanks for sharing. Okay, lack of evaluation system. Poor funding, alam naman natin yung poor funding. Political instability, constant change in educational policies, lack of educated training for inspectors, and the nepotism of appointment of supervisors. Okay, teachers contribute to the problem of supervision through the following ways. First is unprofessional attitudes to work. Have you encountered this kind of teacher? The unprofessional attitudes to work. Hmm? Oh yes, daw sabi ni Ma'am Haifa. In what way, Ma'am? In what way? In what way na nagiging unprofessional tayo?
Pag yung problem sa bahay, minsan kasi, may mga teachers kasi na pag may problema sa bahay,
Nadadala. Yes, nadadala yung problema na dapat iwan sa bahay. Right? Lack of interest. Why do you think na mayroon pang mga teacher na lack of interest? Walang interest. Why do you think? Yes. That's good example of relationship with the principal. Maybe the teacher don't like the principal or vice versa. Ayaw ng principal sa teacher. Or they have a relationship. Then lack of basic knowledge or formal training. That's why the principal conducted seminars, di ba? Para matugusan itong ating mga lack of knowledge. Then, numerous unqualified teachers. Unqualified. Why do you think unqualified? Di ba dumadaan naman tayo sa proseso para maging isang guro? Bakit sa tingin nyo meron pa rin numerous unqualified teachers? Yes, Arman again.
Because of what we call nepotism, hinahire nila yung mga kamag-anak na though they are not qualified.
Yes, that's one good example. Nepotism. Or in other words, anong tawag natin doon? Sa mga politika, na yung mga anak nila ay nagiging mayor, susunod na magiging presidente. Yes, dynasty. Political dynasty. So, meron din ganon sa atin. Community and society help in the problem of supervision through perception of the general public on teaching as profession, poor status given to the teachers, and lack of proper interest. So, understandable. Just need to explain. School supervision is an important process that leads to professional development. This aims at assisting teachers to enhance their performance and teaching, thus serving as better teachers for their learners. So here are the principles of effective supervision. So ito yung kailangan nating malaman upang maging epektibong leaders soon, someday. Having a healthy working atmosphere. So napaka-importante ng ating pagkakaroon ng mabuting kapaligiran when we are working. Right? Like for example, dito sa classroom, ang init. Do you think you can work? You can work pero hindi
Uneasy.
yes, you are very uneasy. Kasi nga ang init. Okay, the noise also. Noise pollution. Nakaka-disturb din yun. Staff orientation. Guidance and staff training. Staff should be offered necessarily guidance. So, kailangan nila ng guidance. Lalong-lalo na yung mga newly hired. Immediate recognition of good work. Good work should be recognized. Right? Why do you think? Bakit sa tingin nyo kailangan pa nating i-recognize tong good work? Yes, ma'am. Yes.
At in having a healthy working atmosphere, not only sa atmosphere natin, sa supervision din ng head, kung lagi siya may ito ng tulog, toxic din para sa mga teachers. Dapat
Yes.
mabait din ng
Yes. Dapat mabalik daw yung ating mga head teachers or yung mga principal.
Toxic naman lahat.
Pati yung teacher lagi.
Yes.
Dapat vice versa.
Vice versa, kailangan yan. Kasi meron lang isa doon na may attitude. Magkakaroon talaga ng problema.
Case basis din. Kasi may
Sir?
case basis. Kasi may mga teachers din na parang from the word insecure. Kasi
Yes.
may mga, halimbawa, yung principal yung friend niya, tapos yung siya, teacher, tapos yung friend niya, principal niya, doon lumalabas yung potential business. So, ginagawa parang, hindi ka nagpa-follow na mga instruction na
Yes.
parang ganun.
Yes. Okay, sir, that's a good example. Constructive criticism, poor work done should be constructively criticized. So pag may ginawang mali, pag may ginawang hindi tama, so kailangan natin pagsabihan. Bakit? Bakit?
Parang hindi na lumal.
Yes. Right? Kasi iisipin ng teacher na okay lang yung ginawa niya. Same din yun sa ating mga estudyante. Pag hindi mo yan sinabihan, or pag hindi mo sila
Yung all that.
pag hindi mo tinuro sa kanila yung mabuting asal, we should not tolerate our pupils. So parang sa teacher din yan. Principals should not tolerate the teachers. So ano itong mga bad things na ginagawa ng teacher? Minsan sa atin late, di ba palagi? Right? So yung mga teacher kapag kaibigan ng principal, okay lang yun. Right? Hindi pa rin.
Kasi affected din ang performance ng principal. So, palaging late naman.
Yes. So, may effect yun.
Head ko kasi sila si head ko yun.
Gusto mo magkwento, ma'am?
May issue naman tayo.
Gusto mo magkwento dito, ma'am? Pwede rin. And then the last is the opportunity for improvement, right? So we all have the right to improve. On the other side, government, teachers, and community are various factors militating against successful school supervision. Minsan, nakaka-apekto din sila yung ating government, teachers, and the community. In what way? Sa tingin niyo?
They do not support the school.
Yes, if they do not support the school. Ano pa? Yun lang.
It,
Yes, ma'am.
because like in our case, there are a lot of learners who are non-readers. It has connection with the community because the parents there, most of them are illiterate.
Yes.
In that way, the school is affected.
Correct. That's a good example, ma'am. Hep hep.
Hooray!
Hep hep.
Hooray!
Hooray. Okay, let's continue. The next subtopic is the principles effective instructional leadership. Instructional leadership refers to anything that school leaders do to improve teaching and learning in the school. It comprises the following tasks: defining the purpose of schooling, setting school-wide goals, and providing resources needed for learnings to occur. This is the reason why instructional leaders are also called learning leaders. Good instructional leadership ensures that educational programs make the desired impact. An effective leader inspires action and takes an optimistic view of the future. She also sets a good example by being honest, right? Having integrity and treating people fairly. That supports and appreciates subordinates and confidently inspire the team to achieve instructional goals. Additionally, good two-way communication enables leaders to solicit ideas for improvement, make informed, decisive decisions to make an educational organization thrive. Okay, it is very important to have this kind of, it is very important as a leader to have this kind of behavior. It is very important as a leader to have this kind of behavior. The word is being honest. Why do you think being honest is very important? Yes. Ma'am Haifa said, honesty is the best policy. Why do you think, ma'am? Nabasa mo lang. Nabasa na doon. Siyempre, if you want to gain the trust of the teachers, you should be honest. Maniniwala ka ba sa taong alam mong sinungaling? Hindi, di ba? Next is, saan na yun? We need to solicit ideas. What do you mean by solicit? Get ideas from the teacher. Right? As a leader, hindi dapat na mag-decision ka para sa sarili mo lang. You need to ask the opinions and the ideas of your members. Like for example, the teachers, if you are the principal. A good instructional leader knows her school's strength and weakness. She makes effective use of valuable resources to plan. This includes using human resources, technology, and other tools to create compelling instructional programs with clear objectives, descriptions, content, and comprehensive evaluation programs. However, effective leaders mainly a healthy balance between required administrative procedures and flexibility. These characteristics allows the leader to foster creativity and innovation while running an efficient school. The word here, guys, is using human resources. Some of the school in Parkland area, they don't have electricity. Right? If you are the principal in that kind of school, what will you do? Right? We need to use the human resources. Or we need to provide them another alternatives. Like for example, for electricity, ano ba yung alternative doon? Solar. Right? Generator. To To be an effective instructional leader, there must be an established, well-built approach which addresses instructional leadership. An effective instructional climate contains elements necessary to ensure that critical organizational structures and practices focus on student achievement, and instructions are put in place and operationalized at levels of the system. As it being defined that effective instructional leader is knowledgeable about research-based, student-centered instruction, models and use of appropriate research-based strategies within the classroom as a component of continuous improvement plans. A good instructional leader bitterly knows his strength and weakness. We all have our strength and weakness. Kung saan ka magaling at kung saan ka may kakulangan. They must also be honest, having integrity, and treating people fairly. So, ando na naman ang treating people fairly. Bakit sa tingin mo kailangan talaga natin itrato ang mga tao fairly? Para walang bias. Right? Halimbawa na lamang sa pagbibigay natin ng mga materials. What is the part of LOA? Like for example, if you are the principal and you give 2 reams of bond paper sa isang teacher, tapos sa isang teacher isa lang, what do you think will happen? Ano sa tingin mo yung makikil ng isang guro? Unfair. Kaya nga dapat natin i-treat fairly. She supports and appreciates, subordinates, and confidently inspires the team to achieve instructional goals. It is very important to have a good communication skills. We teachers should be careful of what we say, right? Because what we say and what we do can be copied by our pupils. So, ganun din sa the importance of communication can be summed up into the following. First is the flow of information. The relevant information must flow continuously from top to bottom and vice versa. The staff at all levels must be kept informed about the organizational objectives and other developments taking place in the organization. Next is the coordination. It is through communication, the efforts of the staff working in the organization can be coordinated for the accomplishment of the organizational goals. Okay, since you are bored, ma'am, I want you to read the next statement.
Learning management skills, the communication facilitates flow of information, ideas, beliefs, perception, advice, opinion, orders, and instructions. Both ways which enable the managers and other supervisory staff to learn managerial skills through experience of others. Okay,
thank you so much, ma'am. Next is preparing people to accept change. Ma'am, can you read? And I wanted to say something.
Preparing people to accept change. The proper and effective communication in important roles in the hands of management of an organization to bring about overall changes in organization.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for reading. Developing good human relations, sharing of ideas, thoughts, and perceptions with each other through communication. This helps them to understand each other better. Right? From the word developing good human relationship, it is understandable. Ideas of subordinates encourage. Subordinates on certain occasions on any task. This will develop creative thinking. Are you familiar about the 4 characters of good leaders? Yes. What are those, Kashmir?
Those are emotional, task-centered, aggressive, and intellectual.
Okay, those are emotional, task-centered, aggressive, and intellectual. Okay, what I want you to do is to go in front. This is one by one. Pick one of those character and explain why. Okay, let's start with Ma'am Sar. Sarden. Okay, Ma'am, choose one.
I choose emotional.
Okay, she choose emotional. Why, Ma'am? No, Ma'am, you just need to...
I choose emotional.
Why do you choose emotional?
I choose emotional because as a leader, if you concern or feel what the teachers feel, wala kayong pinag-aawayan. Naintindihan mo yung mga feelings nila, kung anong nararamdaman nila, siguro maintindihan din nila ang school head at susunod sila sa gusto ng school heads. Bababa tayo sa level ng teachers, hindi ka laging nasa taas ng school head. A good leader is also a good listener.
Thank you for that, ma'am. Thank you for that quote. Okay, now let's proceed with Kashmir. Choose one, sir, and explain why. Aggressive?
No.
I'm going to choose task-centered.
Yes.
Why? Because ako kasi yung type of person na when it comes in dealing the task, pinaprioritize ko muna yung task kung ano yung dapat gawin. Kumbaga, hindi ako nag-isip ng mga bagay-bagay wherein hindi naman talaga connected doon sa task na binigay. So, when it comes sa task, pabigay ng task sa akin, ginagawa ko siya ahead of time. Or minsan kapag wala naman, or kapag on the spot, ginagawa ko din siya through my own initiative. I need that.
Thank you for that, sir. How about Ma'am Noemi? Say something, ma'am. Choose one.
For me, I would choose task-centered. As a leader, it requires a great responsibility. Siya yung nagamuno ng mga anong gagawin. So, as a principal, siya yung nag-guide sa mga teachers niya. Dapat task-centered siya. May time frame siya or time management sa lahat ng gagawin.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that. Okay, how about Sir Lain? Sir, can we hear from you? What will you choose, sir?
I think I'm going to choose intellectual. So as a leader, dapat decisive and intellectual leader, because a school principal plays a vital role in the success of the school. So yes. Thank you.
Yes. And how about Ma'am Haifa? Ma'am Haifa, please say something. Choose one.
Okay, I will choose emotional, pero parang gusto ko rin intellectual. Pero gusto ko doon na lang sa emotional. Okay, as good leader, dapat maging aware tayo sa mga emosyon or sa nararamdaman ng mga taong nakapaligid sa atin. Yun ang katulad nga ng sinabi ni Ma'am Sar, a leader is a good listener. Sabi niya. Yun lang.
Palakpak naman. Okay, how about Sir Alnajer? Sir, 1 hour.
So I choose the intellectual being of a school leader because as a leader you should be knowledgeable of things that surrounds you. Kasi nga you are dealing with different people and different learners.
Palakpak naman. Okay, how about Sir Arman? I know. Ay, Ma'am Rai muna tayo, Ma'am Rai. Okay.
I will choose task-centered because as a leader or as a principal, there are lots of tasks or responsibilities handed on our shoulders. And if we are a task-centered person, then we can do all of those, which leads to the success of the school that we are handling. That's all, sir.
Sir, say something. Choose one. I know you will choose aggressive.
So sorry, but I'm not aggressive. Okay. As what they've said, better actions and better results starts from the time when we are planning. So it's better for me to choose intellectual, because in order for us to come up with a good plan, we need to let ourselves we need to have a wide imagination. Yun lang. How about the facilitator? Which one do you prefer?
So, I think I'll choose aggressive because no one chose. Sorry. No, I think I'll choose intellectual, right? Because being a leader is not an easy task. We need to be an intellectual person. And we should also emotional in a way that we need to understand them, right? Kasi a teacher is not an alien. Alam niyo kung bakit? Kasi we all know that alien is very intellectual, but they don't have a heart. Wala silang emotion. So kailangan talaga natin ng magaling na leaders at the same time, meron din puso. So I'll choose both, emotional and intellectual. So thank you so much for your participation. So Arman wants to say something, sir. He wants to add.
Yeah.
After hearing all of your opinions about the four characters, I believe as as a administrator, it's better if we could have the four, right?
Yes.
It's really important to have an intelligent leader because he can make some plans that will help the school to improve. However, as a leader, you have learned also that emotional so that you can understand your teachers. For example, if there are some problems, if the teachers have some problems, if you're just intelligent, magiging manhid ka, di ba? Instead, i-excuse mo siya, still, papapasukin mo pa rin siya sa school. So, required din ang maging emotional kasi we need to be emotionally connected in order for each and everyone to share their feelings or thought, di ba? And then, a leader who's just an intellectual, di ba, useless siya purely on planning. So, he has to be task-centered. After coming up with a plan, kailangan niyang magkaroon ng action. And of course, he has to be aggressive with that. Para at least, yung plano niya, in action niya, may makikita siyang result. So, it is important for a leader to be emotional, task-centered, aggressive, and intellectual. That's all.
Okay, in other words, to be a good leader, we need to have those four characters, right? So before I'll end my session, I want to leave a quote and says, leaders become great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others. So that's the end of my part. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sir Aslan Yunday, for that very informative and what do you call it? Knowledgeable about how to become an effective leaders in the school premises. Next, I would like to call on Ma'am Julhaida De Leon to lead us in an open forum. Ma'am. A round of applause, please.
Thank you very much, Sir Aslan. Thank you so much, Sir Aslan, for that very nice, informative, and instructive presentation on the effective school supervision on school management. My warmest salutation, everyone. I hope we are all still doing good right now. Are you still doing good?
Yes. I know that.
Anyway, let's go back to our seminar. Now that Sir Aslan is done with his presentation, may I ask anyone from the group for queries or clarifications about this topic? Please don't hesitate to raise hands and ask questions. Sir Aslan is very much ready to answer. Right, sir?
Yes.
Any question?
Good morning to each and everyone. My question to Sir Aslan is, how can you implement effective school supervision in this time of pandemic wherein the form of education is in distant learning?
Thank you very much for that question, Sir Arman. So, my participants is very participative, and I want them to answer that question since I already know that. Okay, Ma'am Rai, can I call you? So, answer the question.
In my own opinion, Sir Arman, you can be an effective. It can be also an effective school supervision even this time of pandemic because as what the DepEd had offered, they gave us different mode of learning. Just like what we are doing right now, we are using modular learning. In this way, we can just orient our teachers on how or the proper distribution of modules. Also, the parents should be well-oriented. That's also. Any additional idea from the group?
Additional question.
Additional question as well. If none, then let's go.
Let's proceed.
Let's proceed to the next.
And for now, let's proceed to distributions of the tokens and certificates. Then, please allow me to read the citation. Basilan State College, Sumagdang, Isabela City. Certificate of recognition is here given to as a resource speaker during the conduct of seminar on effective school supervisions on the school management held on January 23, 2021 at Ustad Wahab Akbar Elementary School, Isabela City. Given this 23rd day of January 2021 at Isabela City, Basilan Province. Signed, Ma'am Desideria O San Luis, College of Graduate Studies Facilitator. Again, certificate of recognition is hereby awarded to Mr. Aslan Junday, our resource speaker. Again, certificate of recognition is hereby awarded to Mr. Aslan Junday as a resource speaker during the conduct seminar of effective school supervisions and the school management. For the certificates of our participation, is hereby awarded to Arman K. Abdul. Another certificate of participation is hereby awarded to Abdul Basit H. Laim. Certificate of participation is hereby awarded to Alnajer Ulloh. Haifa A. Abdullah. Naida J. Asman. Sarah M. Masa. Kashmir A. Atiola. Noemi G. Megabon. Congratulations everyone. To challenge us, may I call on Miss Haifa A. Abdullah? Ma'am?
but it is not even easier to lead, especially when there is no unity, understanding inside the institution, and also when you have little knowledge of position that you have. Halimbawa nito, sabi nga ni Sir Azlan kanina, mahirap maging leader kasi iba-ibang ugali ng mga teacher na nakakasalamuhan natin. Naalala ko nung nag-practicum ako or practice teaching sa isang school, hindi ko nababanggitin. Nagulat ako sa mga ugali ng estudyante doon. Meron na lang, bigla-bigla na lang nagsusundukan habang ongoing yung klase. Tapos meron naman mga estudyante na kapag pinagsasabihan or sinisita dahil hindi sila naka-uniforme, bigla na lang nag-walk out. Nagulat ako bakit ganun ang ugali ng mga estudyante. So nung patapos na kami sa practicum namin, mas lalo akong nagulat. Doon ko lang na-realize kung bakit ganun na lang ugali ng mga estudyante doon sa school na yun. Dahil kahit mismo yung mga teacher doon, sabihin na lang nila na parang hindi nila alam yung salitang respect. Kahit maraming estudyante na kapaligid, sinigawan niya yung isang guard doon at minura niya. Nagulat ako sa inasal ng isang teacher na yun at advisor pa siya. Inisip ko, sabi ko, bakit kaya ganun yung bakit siya ganun? Anong problema ng mga guro dito? Kasi kahit sila mismo pa yung mapapansin mo na wala ring respeto sa isa't isa. So doon ko lang na-realize na doon ko lang nalaman din nung palabas na kami na hindi pala maganda yung relationship ng leader, ng principal doon, tsaka ng mga teacher. Kung ano-ano yung chismis na pinagkakalat nila, at tsaka kung discussing lang. Kung ano-ano chismis yung pinapakalat nila sa principal, at ganoon din naman yung principal. So, doon ko lang na-realize. So, paano ba natin mapiprevent yung ganitong sitwasyon? So ngayon, I challenge you to prevent this kind of relationship between principal, school head, teachers, and learners. I would like to challenge you, my fellow teachers, to play a role well not only inside the school but also outside, and be a good example to our students. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ma'am Haripa. We will accept your challenge, of course. Kailangan natin i-accept yun kasi kawawa yung mga student natin pag hindi natin i-accept yun. Of course, the relationship that we had sa ating principal, kailangan din magkaroon ng good communications. And for our acceptance, may I call on Ma'am Naida Asnad.
Good morning to each and everyone. As we heard from the speaker, Sir Azlan, leadership is not an easy task. They may face different problems every day, such as the relationship between the students and the teacher, like the behavior of the students towards their teacher. So in order to prevent this kind of problem, in behalf of the participants, we are proud to accept the challenge.
For our impression, I call on Ma'am Miss Begabon, Noy Begabon. Noy Begabon, sorry.
To our brilliant speaker this morning, Azlan Ulloh, sir, good morning. It is my first time to attend a seminar on the issues and controversies in school supervision with the theme Effective on School Supervision and School Administration. It is my pleasure to meet you and to be part of this great learning and practicing experience which gave me so much courage, insights, learning, joy, and space at the same time. I am glad about the fact that leadership is very important, and as a future teacher, we were also a future administrator. I am very pleased with the good organization and conduct of this seminar. During this seminar, I acquired new information and new experience. I am satisfied with the information received. The speaker communicated clearly explicitly, interesting, and with concrete examples. Thank you for sharing your time with us, and God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Noemi Megabons, for that wonderful introduction. And of course, ito na yung pinakahintay natin lahat, ang closing remarks. May I call on Mr. Alnajer Ulloh to give us the closing remarks of the seminar.
Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that all of you have well done to the one-day seminar. It is my great pleasure that you had a fruitful learning even though it only lasted for one day. In today's seminar, whose main topic about effective school supervision and school administration, I expected that everyone able to determine the effective ways of school supervision and school administration, thus able to make some solutions in order to have a better ambience of learning at school. I observed your excellent participations and discussions, especially on the open forum that we had. So I can conclude that the purpose of the seminar has been completely accomplished. In addition, your positive manners reveal that you are interested much to listen and learn more. I hope that all of your learnings will help you a lot in the future in doing your duties and responsibilities as a leader someday. Furthermore, on behalf of me, I would like to express my appreciation to all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend the seminar. In the end, I would like to close my remarks and officially announce the end of the seminar. Thank you, God bless, and a pleasant day.
Thank you so much, Sir Alnajer Ulloh. And that's it for today, guys. We end our very beautiful seminar for today. Alhamdulillah na kawit natin ito ng maayos. And for that, before we're going to have our uwian days na, maaari ba tayong magkaroon ng photo ops muna here sa harap? We will just